Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. If you have a gardening question you'd like our host Fred Howard to answer, send him an email. The email address is fred@planttalkradio.com. Now for today's question. We have another email here. It says, I'm getting some small white spots on several of my indoor plants. Now, I checked them for mites and insects, and I sprayed, but nothing has done the trick. Any ideas?
No, really not. I know a good bit about indoor plants, but then that's kind of maybe only 15% of what I need to know. It sounds like, especially if it's an indoor plant like a violet and some other plants, if you put cold water on the leaves when you're watering, it can cause disruption of cells and cause white spots. They're not it's, I guess you'd call it a mechanical disease. It isn't going to spoil the leaf in function, but it can sure make them look dappled and uninteresting, unless they're dappled enough to look like some new variety. That would be something else. No, I don't know what it would be, especially since you have tried to look for and dealt with the insects and disease factors. I just don't have a clue. The only other thing I can think of is if there's tender growth on an east window, well, east or west for that matter, tender growth this time of year, there could be burns from light, a weakened cell, or when they're so small you can't see them. When something burns or injures 4 or 5 cells in a given spot, as those expand, they will make an open whitish spot. So it could be sun. I kind of doubt that. So really not sure. Keep your inspection going. I don't know what else to recommend, but if it doesn't appear to be an insect bite or chewing, it's got to be lighter water, and I don't know what it would be.
Boy, it's interesting because you jogged my memory, because I had the same problem, and mine was with violet, the African violets, and you said stop putting the water on the leaves,
That's
Mark.
Right.
Just water the soil.
Well, if this is true, period, and then if water used on violets, etc., is tepid or let's just say skin temperature, you don't have to worry too much about it. But cold water out of the faucet, which is just good for us to drink, can be injurious to leaves.
Hey, thanks again for listening to our podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our other podcasts as well, the Plant of the Week podcast and the Plant Talk Radio podcast, all on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. If you'd like to sponsor a daily podcast, contact us at fred@planttalkradio.com. To find out more about Fred Howard and Plant Talk Radio, visit our website, planttalkradio.com.
Circle270media.com